What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool FC news video where we will talk about a brand new update on the Liverpool takeover process because business insiders are reporting that Chinese businessman Kenny Huang has publicly announced that he is interested in buying Liverpool Football Club, a move which would give the Chinese government control over Liverpool FC. How would you feel about this if it happened? Let me know in the comments below, and also we will get to know all the details about this report. So Mr. Huang is reportedly funded in this bid by the China Investment Corporation, CIC, the overseas investment division of the Chinese government. The Chinese government has many investments overseas, and this investment corporation is believed to have assets ranging to at least $332 billion available to spend overseas, and their overall fund is $2 trillion. But I mean, these amounts of money is just incomprehensible to a human mind or an ordinary mind like mine. I mean, I can't even imagine $1 billion, how much money that is, but $332 billion, it's obscene amount of money what China has. And CIC is alleged to have traded $558 million in shares since July 18, so they have enough money to buy Liverpool FC, and that underlines their interest in Liverpool Football Club. CIC also has a significant investment in Canary Wharf. You guys who live over in the UK has much more knowledge about Canary Wharf than I am. So the club confirmed Mr. Huang's involvement in a statement which said Mr. Huang would like to emphasize that he has registered interest in investing in Liverpool FC, but he has made no formal bid yet. There has been much speculation from a lot of people, many of whom have little knowledge of the facts. The Syrian businessman Yahya Kirdi has made a separate bid for Liverpool FC, pledging to invest in a new ground at Stanley Park and create a stadium with a hotel and a shopping center. But I don't think Liverpool want a new stadium. They just redeveloped Anfield, and I think our stadium is fine as it is right now. And there are other people who also want to buy Liverpool FC. American billionaire Josh Harris, who has a $6 billion investment recently in a significant sporting landscape shift. The American billionaire, known for being linked in Liverpool FC takeover circles, Josh Harris, has sealed a deal to purchase an NFL team, the Washington Commanders. This purchase cost him $6 billion, and it has been agreed upon with the current owner Dan Schneider. So the deal is not yet set in stone, awaiting the green light from the NFL Finance Committee and the league's team owners. In a statement, Harris expressed anticipation for the approval, and if this deal goes through, then this NFL team will be officially the most expensive team in the history of the NFL. And Harris is no stranger to owning sports franchises, co-founding Harris Blitzer Sports and Entertainment. Under their umbrella are NBA team Philadelphia 76ers, NHL side the New Jersey Devils, and Harris, along with partner David Blitzer, holds an 18% stake in Crystal Palace, and they are interested in buying Liverpool FC. Rumors have been rife, and many media sources have mentioned them as a genuine suitor. Even after narrowly missing out on purchasing Chelsea, they still want to buy a top Premier League club. They have a stake in Crystal Palace, but they are not investing heavily in Crystal Palace because their stake is only 18%. So what do you think about all these different businessmen being interested in Liverpool FC? What do you think about all this latest news around the takeover? It's a little bit suspicious the timing that once the transfer window slams shut, the takeover rumors are starting up immediately in the media. And it is also reported that FSG could be interested in partnering with a media company and major media companies to have as new partners. FSG are interested in this business venture. Liberty Media was named as a possibility. They own the Formula One brand, Sirius XM Radio, Major League Baseball franchise, the Atlanta Braves, and they are exploring moves into the Premier League. Their chief executive, Greg Maffei, explained how the group was looking to replicate the success with Formula One and build value in other sports. He said, "I would dispute buying on the cheap. We like to buy for a fair price and then hopefully build the value of the brand and exponentially increase the price." The demonstrated success of Formula One, we now have a reputation in sports, and others we have talked to, we can replicate that. You mentioned the Premier League teams. There isn't an asset we haven't looked at. That doesn't mean we have been ready to buy them all, but we look at everything because we do think sports in general is attractive. We do think there are upsides and do think those things that management and teams have taught us can help apply perhaps in other sports situations. And some news outlets and some journalists are reporting that investors from the US would be more favorable for FSG than investors from the Middle East, and Forbes valued Liberty Media's sporting assets at almost $21 billion earlier this year, and with their purchase of Formula One coming at an estimated 4.4 billion and rising significantly in value, so they would have the capital to back Liverpool in future developments. And I would much prefer a US media company to buy Liverpool than, for example, a Chinese or a Middle Eastern country buying, or a company that is owned by a country or controlled by the country itself. I would much prefer an investment group who are independent and not owned or controlled by a country to buy Liverpool FC, because it just doesn't sit right with me when a whole country owns a football club. Look at Paris Saint-Germain, look at Newcastle, look at Man City, the apparent sports washing and the clear sports washing projects that are going on at those clubs. I just don't like it one bit. Even though I used to love Paris Saint-Germain, I used to love Newcastle, but after their takeover, it just doesn't feel the same. It feels really different, and it tarnishes the club's reputation in my eyes as well. And Ben Jacobs said this about Liverpool seeking investment. He said, behind the scenes, I still think we are going to see something move at some point during the season on the investment side with FSG. It won't be a full sale probably, and they are still exploring the possibility of minority investment into Liverpool FC. One wonders, after the Manchester United saga ends, whether we actually see that as a yardstick for price and then FSG try and move in some capacity. So there is a lot to like at Liverpool, because despite the disappointment of last season, I still feel that behind the scenes, when I talk to sources, that there is calmness and stability. And this was said in the middle of the transfer window. So after Liverpool completely rebuilt their midfield, I think we have made an absolutely terrific start, much better than expected, because midfield rebuilds are always very tricky, which we pretty much changed the whole midfield setup. Our whole starting midfield was changed, with either Endo or Gravenberch starting at the base of the midfield and McAllister and Soboslai. That's a brand new midfield for Liverpool, and yet Liverpool looked like a really well drilled, well oiled machine, a stable tactical team, and that is only a good thing, because it can only improve with time and training and practice. Liverpool also are set to receive a surprise windfall, as Wolfsburg have announced the signing of Kamil Grabara for 2024. Kamil Grabara is a former Liverpool goalkeeper who is playing for FC Copenhagen, and he will join Wolfsburg on a long-term deal next summer. The transfer was agreed ahead of time, and Wolfsburg will pay £13.5 million for Grabara, and 20% of that is going to Liverpool, so that's £11.6 million, so around £3 million will go, sorry, £2.3 million will go towards Liverpool of this transfer fee, which is really a welcome boost for Liverpool. And Jörg Schmadtke, who used to be at Wolfsburg as a sporting director, has said this about Kamil Grabara's imminent transfer to Wolfsburg. Kamil is a very good goalkeeper. He's tall, very athletic. He's not afraid to come out of his goal. He's a loud and aggressive type of player who exudes a strong presence. I can only say that Wolfsburg made a very good catch in Grabara, and they have found a top successor for Castells. And I saw Copenhagen's Champions League qualifier, and Grabara was actually pretty impressive. He's playing in a mask, which looks weird. He looks like Batman in goal. If you haven't watched some of Copenhagen's highlights, you should check it out. I think Grabara got some kind of a face injury, cheekbone fracture maybe. So that's why Grabara is playing with a mask on, and I will watch FC Copenhagen in the Champions League, because Grabara, it will be a good test for him. And it shows how highly he is rated that Wolfsburg, a decent mid-table club in the Bundesliga, is buying him next summer, and hopefully he can get the number one goalkeeper spot there, because I watch Bundesliga highlights regularly. It's a really fun league to watch. They have the highest scoring league among the top 5 leagues. There is a lot of goals, a lot of excitement, a lot of great attacking football, and also very, very good talent to watch. And also Liverpool already benefited from another sell-on clause earlier this summer when Alan Rodriguez, who couldn't get a work permit at Liverpool, he went from Atletico Mineiro to Flamengo, and Liverpool got £0.6 million as a sell-on clause, which is of course not a huge amount of money in terms of Liverpool transfer fees are concerned, but it's still a good deal. And there is a lot of talk of Al Ittihad coming back again with a £215 million bid for Mo Salah, but I don't think Liverpool will sell at any price, because we can't really replace him, and he's irreplaceable in this current Liverpool team. Eamon Dunphy has said this on his podcast: I don't think Salah is replaceable. I actually think he's the best player in the world at the moment. He makes goals, he scores goals. He made one the other day with that killer goal that won the match. Nunez has really come good too after a tough start for the striker. I think it would be the end of this Liverpool team and the end of Klopp if Salah was to go. That's a little bit too harsh. I think it won't be the end of Liverpool and the end of Klopp, because of course the club is always bigger than any manager, it's always bigger than any player. And look how many legendary players used to play for Liverpool, and Liverpool are still here, they're still going strong. I think losing Klopp would be, of course, much more devastating than losing Salah. But Salah is Liverpool's best player, he's our best goal scorer, he provides insane numbers, 30 goal season averages, 20 assists per season averages, and that is almost impossible to replace. But Liverpool have a very, very good chance of keeping Salah at least until next summer. Saudi Arabian clubs will be interested in Salah next summer, because Salah is the icon of the Arabic world. So we can still command the 150-200 million pounds from Saudi Arabia next summer, and then we will probably sell Salah with 1 year left as his contract, and we can properly replace him and also rebuild the Liverpool defense, because I think that's the next phase of the Liverpool rebuild. We rebuild the attack after Salah and after Firmino and Mane left. We rebuilt the midfield after Henderson, Fabinho, Naby Keita, Oxlade-Chamberlain, James Milner all left the club, and now we can rebuild the defense with potentially Matip leaving and potentially Tsimikas leaving. I think Liverpool can rebuild the defense as well. Let me know what you think about everything that we talked about in this video in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts, and thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.